Now, like Mrs. Johnson, I too dream of a beautiful America. But without signs, you know that's not possible, and frankly, it isn't necessary. I believe signs can be compelling, provocative, and beautiful. You know what? They better be, because what they're covering up oftentimes is. It's incumbent upon us to really think hard about what we're putting out there in this beautiful country of ours and really around the world. Precisely for that reason, it's often obscuring or in front of something that another artist made before or God himself. And we should just use that as reason enough to take pride in our work and try to do remarkable work. I once called outdoor the perfect mistress, and you could see me say that on YouTube in my speech to you a couple of years ago. I called out of home a mistress in print your wife. My wife is still giving me shit about that, but the point, as I tried to tell her, is you see out of home, you get right to the point. It's seductive, it's expeditious. None of that worked on my wife, but but it might work on you. The thing is, I was wrong about a lot of things with that remark, but one thing germane to this conversation was I was wrong in doubting out-of-home's ability for maintaining a long-term relationship. More and more outdoor is an affair to remember. This was the seductive little mistress, some work we did for Altoids. But here you have an affair that would like to be misremembered by the people in this particular poster. A controversy from recent time whereby a mistress took out boards to advertise her concubine's undying love for her, much to the delight, I'm sure, of the immediate families. But out of home is the media they chose, not a commercial, not a radio. They chose a poster because there's something powerful, intuitive, indelible about signage, about out of home. I'm smitten. I've been smitten. For my last novel, The Happy Soul Industry, I created an outdoor campaign which ran in Chicago and in Los Angeles. There's a board there, and I want to thank the OAAA for helping me put that together. Here's the thing, I'm no idiot. I wasn't trying to sell books with an outdoor board. I was trying to get attention. The attention of people in the Hollywood film community would then generate buzz and interest for the book. They'd go to the website and decide, hey man, this might be a great movie. That was the strategy. That's why I used out of home. People sometimes forget there's a bigger play. You want to create interest. How else can I guarantee that every Hollywood producer is going to see an ad for my book except with out of home? There was no other way. You put that anywhere near Sunset Strip for 30 or 60 days, they're going to see it. They're going to mention it. They're going to talk about it. Maybe they're going to belittle it, but they'll be talking about it. You put a spot on or something, it's ephemeral, like a thief in the night. It'll come into the home, and then when it's gone, it wasn't even there. But out of home is permanent for a period, and it was the perfect way for me to get some excitement and buzz around this novel I wrote. In it, by the way, God hires an ad agency, and all hell breaks loose. You ought to read it, best price on Amazon. Let's let the mayhem continue. This is fun. Let's see if it works. Let's get a little social here. Taped under some of the seats tonight out there is a postcard for that book with my signature on it. If you have one, you're going to win a free book that was signed by me earlier. So check and see under your chairs. Watch those hands. I don't think that's it. All right, one man found a condom. Another guy has a book of matches. Somebody found $1. Stephen, I think mayhem was a good word. All right, calm down. You got all night to look for the... If you've won one, guys, trust me, if it's still stuck on the chair, it'll be there in an hour. You know, I've never had this much excitement for my frickin' book in 2 years, so Lord knows I appreciate it, but I don't want to detract from our agenda tonight. If you have one, there should be 20. See the OAAA staff after the show up here by the stage, and we'll hook you up. All right, so now let's shift and welcome y'all to the 68th Annual Obie Awards, the outdoor advertising's the outdoor advertising industry's salute to the best and brightest in out-of-home creativity. It's truly a pleasure to be here as your host this evening, as it was to be an Obie judge this year. Now, each year, a panel of judges is composed of the most distinguished names in the ad industry, talented people who have done great out-of-home work on their own. And let me tell you, I was with some pretty heavy hitters from our industry while judging your show tonight. Now, it was our job to review all the submissions received with paddles in hand, and this year we poured over, as was said, more than 1,000 of them. From that broad group of entries, we selected the finalists and ultimately the winners in each category. So how was it done? How did we whittle down all these big ideas and decide which were truly great concepts? Well, we should start by asking ourselves one simple question. What makes out-of-home advertising truly, truly great? And we have a video.
The secret of great outdoor is the simplicity of the message.
Messaging that is bold, messaging that breaks through, messaging that's clear and simple.
You gotta be smart, you gotta be fast, you gotta stand out.
Outdoors a 1-2 punch. You don't have time to sort of beat around the bush.
You got people driving 60 miles an hour by a board. They've got maybe 3 seconds to sort of see it and capture it.
And we have to figure out how are we going to communicate within the constraints of that amount of time.
It's really the idea. Is it a strong idea? Is it truthful? Does it entertain people?
Great advertising engages the viewer, the person, and hopefully integrates with the environment.
The best outdoor sort of transcends that physical space and leverages, you know, where it is as part of the communication.
The biggest opportunities in outdoor right now is with the depth of everything that's available to you to tie it all in.
You have the whole new area of digital out-of-home that's just exploding out there.
You know, full motion video in outdoor boards, a lot of technology.
You have the opportunity to stop people for some period of time to look at something that might be interesting to them, and we haven't had that opportunity before.
You make the technology work by using it if it's needed. You don't use technology just for the sake of technology. You know, it's all comes down to a strong idea.
If you can seize upon a big idea and get into the culture, get into that neighborhood, that city, that place, that geography, that airport, and sort of own it and be a part of it, that makes great outdoor.